Yes, a very good morning and welcome to MBCI TV, the Financial Monday, a program that is geared towards empowering you financially. Welcome to the program today, and I hope that you are doing very well, especially in your business. We are here to make you more enlightened on business matters. And today we are talking about business management. And of course, when you have heard about business management, we are talking about the ways in which you can be able to manage your business. Maybe you're operating a corporation, you're operating an enterprise, you are operating maybe an SME, or maybe a very small business, but what is needed more is management of that business. And therefore today we will be talking about that in depth, and don't go too far, because by the end of this program we'll have given you the heavy insights on how to manage your business. Kwa hivyo basi karibu sana katika kipindi cha siku ya leo tunapozungumzia kuhusu mambo ya kusimamia biashara. Hata kama wewe unafanya kazi ya kule chini, uko na kibanda, unaendesha biashara yako ya bodaboda, unafanya biashara yako ya matatu, unafanya biashara ya ukulima, hiyo yote ni biashara, inahitaji usimamizi ambao uko bora. Usipofanya usimamizi bora wa biashara yako, bila shaka lazima mambo yatakwenda kitu kinajulikana kama sege mnege. Karibu sana. Tuko naye mpaka mwendo wa saa 6 adhuhuri ya leo, na leo tuko na Pastor Sam Kamau ambaye atakuwa akizungumzia zaidi kuhusiana na swala hili. But as we even continue, tunakuuliza swali moja. How can one manage his or her business well? How can one manage his or her business well? You can give us some tips on how you manage your own business. Whatever you are doing as a business person, what are the things that you do to ensure that your business is running very well is what I need from you. Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo nambari yetu ya kusema nami katika studio hizi kama kawaida 23814. 23814 is our SMS number, and then we have our WhatsApp number 0721105105. The question, how can one manage business well? I want you to give us according to your own experience. We can be able to support each other. Again, we want to ask ourselves as Christians, how can we incorporate our Christian foundations, our Christian day-to-day operations in managing our businesses? So not only that specific or the formal operating of your business, but also we want to see as a Christian, how can you incorporate your business and your Christianity to get a good result. Once again, welcome back. My name is Paul Kagi, Pastor Sam Kamau. Bwana asifiwe sana. How are you?
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Habari ya siku nyingi?
Mzuri sana.
Unaendeleaje?
Mimi naendelea vizuri. Nashukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya wema wake na fadhili zake. Amekuwa mwaminifu ndani ya maisha yangu.
Amen.
Amen.
Karibu sana katika MBCI TV.
Asante.
You know, this program ni ya kutusaidia kama sema wa Kenya kuweza kushughulikia mambo ya biashara, because unakuta kwamba most people especially these days are opting to go and do business.
Very true.
Unakuta watu wengi wanataka kufanya biashara. Hata kama mtu ameajiriwa kazi mahali fulani, unakuta bado anatafuta a way out to do a business.
Very true.
And therefore all of us, we need to know how to manage our businesses.
Very true.
But also, I think, I understand to be corrected by you mchungaji, kuna watu ambao pia, kama for example, mimi niko na biashara yangu, nahitaji ujuzi wa kusimamia hiyo biashara.
Very, very true. Lakini,
naona bado kuna watu wengine ambao wanahitaji ujuzi wa kusimamia biashara. Kwa mfano, labda niko na biashara ambao siwezi nikaifanya mimi mwenyewe. Nahitaji kuajiri watu pale ndani. Kwa hivyo hata watu ambao wameajiriwa kuendesha biashara ya mtu wanahitaji ujuzi wa usimamizi wa biashara. Kwa sababu kama yeye hayupo, yeye ndiye wa kwanza ambaye anakutana na nani? Clients asubuhi. Kwa hivyo kama hana ujuzi wa kusimamia biashara, he is going to mismanage the client or the customer for that matter, and that customer might not come back to that business again.
Very true.
Si ndio?
Na hiyo biashara itaenda kama imeisha na itaanguka.
Yes.
Asante sana.
All right.
Thank you so much for the introduction.
Right.
Nataka kushukuria hapo. So mimi naitwa Pastor Sam Kamau na nimeshukuru sana kwa hii programu nimenipatia nikuje tuongee na watu wa biashara ili tukaweza kuwapatia the insight of the business.
Yes.
Na ili wakaweza kuelewa jinsi ya kupanga biashara yao. Na wacha nisome neno la Mungu kwa sababu mimi ni mchungaji. Nimefunzwa kwa kila jambo kuwa na muongozo wa neno la Bwana. Na tutasoma katika kitabu ya Acts chapter 24 verse 2. This is the time that Paul alikuwa amepelekwa katika to the priest. Not to the priest, to the kwenda kutolewa the testimony and the charges against him in Jerusalem, and hii ndio maneno alisema.
Umesema ni
Acts chapter 24 verse 2. Akasema hizi maneno. When Paul was called in, wakati Paul aliitwa ndani, he said, Tertullus now this is the one of the lawyer and the governor in that times, and he said he presented his case to before the Felix, now the governor, and he said, hizi ndizo maneno zile alitumia. We have enjoyed a long period of peace and under you, and your foresight has brought about reforms in this nation. So this governor alikuwa kwa sababu ya macho yake kufunguka na kuona mwelekeo, alikuwa amefanya watu wakuwe na the peace. In good English says they had enjoyed a lot of the prosperity because of his managing the nation using his insight. So you have started very well saying that tumekuja kuwaletea the insight of the business.
Yes.
And we can look at this man because of his insight of understanding how to do things and doing them in the right way. Then the nation was enjoying the prosperity.
Wow.
So the same case applies to the business. A business doesn't matter whether it's a sole proprietor business, whether it's a partnership business, whether it's a corporate or a limited business, ama hata ni ya kipanda. Business is business, and a business person is a business person. It's just like a king or a president. You are not a king or a president by the number of the people. You are always a king.
Yes.
Either uko na watu wengi ama uko na watu wachache.
Yes.
You are always a king. So the same case to a business. Your business, you are the business manager there. And kwa hivyo ndivyo tumekuja ili tukaweza kuangalia how do you manage?
Yes.
How do you manage the business? Yes.
I know you have a lot of stuff there that you want to empower us as business people.
Yes.
But before we go there, I want us to start with this one. I know there are other people who operate businesses, but they have their own way of managing their businesses. For example, they rise up early in the morning, and they do stuff there to be able to woo customers. You know, nimesikia vituko mingi tu ati mtu anafanya kazi lakini kuna vitu amebeba ati ndio aweze kuvutia wateja. Na wengine wanajulikana mpaka unakuta katika biashara watu wanasema yule unaona penye kuna customers wengi hapo. Ai, kuna vitu wanatumia. And to that person is part of managing his business and apate huge profit.
Very, very true.
And from where you sit as a pastor, I know you're the better person also to say this, kwamba some of our business people, they don't revoke the word of God to manage their businesses. How do you see of that?
I know we shall be looking later at the business, the Christian integration with the business management. But allow me to use these scriptures. Number one is to say in Proverbs chapter 23 verse 5.
Yes.
It talks about that the world is a spirit. So we have to agree from that point that wealth is a spirit. Then we connect it with the command of Jesus, Matthew chapter 10 verse 16. I'm sending you to where? To the wolves. So, but you carry the mentality of the serpent and the character of a dove. To operate in that environment. In other words, Jesus is saying, I'm sending you to a certain environment, and this environment, how it is going to be, it is the wolves they are there. So you don't go to meet your brother-in-law there.
Yes.
Or your brother in Christ there. You are meeting the wolves.
Yes.
And I want to show you who are the wolves. Let's go. You have allowed me to read the scripture.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I want to show you the environment that we operate. And I always tell the people this. The commodity remain the same.
The commodity is the same.
What we are selling in the market.
All right.
But the means of selling it, it is what now we connect it to the realms of the spirit. So you might decide to connect yours to the wicked and to the sorcerers. Mine, I'll connect it to my Jesus.
Right.
That's a difference. So if the commodity is this phone, we are selling the same phone. But the means of selling it and to attract the customer kuwafutia wakuje kwangu, it is what now we go to seek the divine intervention. So for someone who will seek it in a different way, the wolves will find their way in a different way. We as a disciples will look our masters.
Yes.
So in that way, the environment is that now we are operating. But the commodity remains. If you are selling mutumba, is
mutumba.
If it's the clothes, is clothes.
For all
if it's
of
the
us,
phones, is the phones. Whatever you are doing, either you are doing the salon, either you are doing the barber shop, either you are selling the cars, either you are giving the service, it remains the same. So that is a constant factor.
Yeah.
But now to make it move, it is where now the issue is. And that's where now the people, they go. So for us, we go to the prayers, for the fasting, so that we get the divine intervention and what we call the favor for our products to move.
I like the word.
Yes.
We are going to look for the favor for our product to move.
Yes.
Right.
I was to show you the environment that all of us, we operate in it. Because we live in this world, and when Jesus came, this world was full of darkness. And he said, I'm the light, but when I'm coming to it, it is full of darkness. So did you already in 1 John?
Yeah.
So, but now I want to show you the darkness. If you go in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, starting verse 1, there is a great angel who is coming there. And this angel is coming from another dimension. And this angel is having a great light. Leave alone what he is speaking. Let's look at the light that he is making the world that we live full of darkness getting the light. And when it gets the light, you know, it's just like in this room, we illuminate the light, and then we can be able to see where we live. So when this angel comes and he is talking to the Babylon, the trade merchants, he is saying the Babylon where the people are trading, it is full of demons, it is full of the impure spirit.
Revelation
18, verse 1. Yes, now we are in verse 2. It is full of the demons, it is full of the impure spirit, it is full of unclean birds. So the people use the birds. There is uncleanness and there is detestable animals which they operate. The things now you are telling me, what wanazibeba. So the next verse, that 3 inasemaje, full of the nations and have drunk the maddened wine of the adulteries. Those are the spirits that they are using now. The kings of the earth have committed adultery with her, and the merchants have they grew rich out of this. Wow. So it is very true. There is other things that they operate despite opening a shop na kuweka stock na kugojea customer. So there is other activities that they take place. For us, we go to the church, we get the divine intervention. Others, they go to a different to get the help of these. All of them, the aim and the focus is one. How do I grow and become rich?
Nice. All right. Yes. Just to remind you today that we are talking about business management, and we are having Pastor Sam Kamau, who is together with us today to help us to understand more about business management. If you have questions for him, you can also do it. Sikuwa nimesema hivyo. Kama unataka kumuuliza swali kuhusu kile ambacho tunazungumzia, namba yetu ni 23814 23814. Pia tuko na namba yetu ya WhatsApp 0721105105. Let me do better. That is 23814. That is the usual SMS, and then 0721105105. Talking about business management, but also I'm asking you that how can one manage his or her business well? How can you or someone manage his or her business well? You can give your answers in context with what you do. Sawa sawa. Ile experience ambayo uko nayo ku manage business, you can share with us just one on our SMS number. Mchungaji.
Yes.
There's something that we call money blueprint.
Yes.
it seems to be like a jargon to some of us.
Yes.
But I believe talk about money blueprint. You can tell us what it is,
yes,
and maybe how one can form it.
Okay. So for us to go to the business management,
yes,
we need to start from a point where did you came to the connectivity with the money, and how did you learn money? Because money is a language by itself,
yeah,
and we are developed to it, and we are able to communicate to the money. But it's being formed in our mind from the beginning when we started interacting with the money.
Right.
It is the same case like when you went to class 1 or to the nursery, and your teacher taught you 1 + 1 = 2. Up to today, you have never disagreed with your class, with your nursery teacher. Up to today, you believe in him, in her, especially they were her.
Yeah.
You still believe in her.
Whatever
what she taught
me,
you, it was
period.
Good.
Yes.
Now the money blueprint, it is now the people who taught you money. And they formed it in our mindset. And now that's what we use up to today.
Everybody who deals with money,
there was a time she or he was taught the money in a particular time in their lives. Yes. Someone says, give me 5 minutes and I can predict your financial future for the rest of your life.
Only 5 minutes?
Yes, because I just need only to interact with you to understand the programmed mindset of your money. And that's now what determines, as the man thinks, the way he is.
So he is.
So the programmed mindset that was put in your mind, it predicts the money and the future of your finances. And that's what now helps you on how to manage it.
Right.
So you can come from a praise, you know, when we are getting the capital, we can get it in 3 ways. Number 1, you can get it from the inheritance.
Yeah.
Number 2, you can work very hard, you get the capital. Like what you are telling me, watu wanafanya kazi, wanapata capital, wanaweka side hustle.
Yes.
So that's another way. Number 3 is when you get the loan. And there is number 4 also. Number 4 is where most of the Christians, they need to work on it to build, is called the trust. The trust is also a capital. Yes.
Kidogo, hebu fanua kidogo. It's very interesting. I didn't know. Sikuwa nimejua hiyo. Sasa nimejua hizi tatu.
Yes. There is a 4th one for the Christians. And this is where the enemy has fought the Christians. It is very, very possible I be having a business idea, but I don't have a capital. Yes. But by the unity of the brethren, you can trust me, and we develop a partnership.
Wow.
So with that way, I am able to start a business.
Nice.
So the trust, the same way price, I have a small business for selling the laptops and the computers. And then there is a supplier in China who we have developed a relationship. They can trust me, and they supply me. I pay them back later. It is that trust. Capital, which it has never been exercised for a long time.
True.
So now you are coming from a point of the inheritance.
Yes.
And your parents taught you, you are taught on how to spend money, or not on how to develop the income. And now with that one, because the programming of your mindset is on the spending, so even when you get the business, it is money you are getting to spend.
Yes.
Another one was taught that the money is very scarce. Na haitumiangu hivi. So they have the mindset, inafinywa kufinywa. Inafinywa pale kwa the post kama
kuna watu
pale kwa tapu inafinywa.
Kuna watu
inatoka.
Hao nimeona hao ni watu ambao walifunzwa the scarcity, the money is a scarce.
Money is a scarce.
So
ni kama hewa.
Sasa akiona pesa anaanza kupiga hesabu vile ataikazia sana. Okay.
It is the programming of the mindset, and the programming is done in 3 ways. Number 1, it is done by what you heard from the beginning about the money. It formed your mindset on how you manage your money in your mind. Number 2, it is how you saw the people dealing with the money. Watu wengine tulionyeshwa pesa zinatafutangwa with aggressiveness.
Na hulali.
Na hulali. Na unaamuka mapema sana.
Upate pesa.
Upate pesa. It is how you saw the people doing it. And then you got it into yourself. Others, they see the people working very smart. And they're getting money. And then they developed it. Others, number 3 is specific incidents, experience, an encounter with the money. Wameekelea siku hizi inaambiangwa kuekelea, unaangukia 1 million. It is all the conditioning of our mindset. And these ones, they formed what we call the money blueprint. Okay. In our lives. And these ones now, they bring us to where we can say that these kinds of the money blueprints, it is now brings the thoughts in your mind. Now having the thoughts, now you are thinking on the money, they brings you to the feelings. You then from the feelings to the actions, now you can do an action, and then you end up having the results. So some of the people, their results has been very bad, but all they started from the thoughts, then feelings, then to the actions, and then they came to the actions. There is one thing I want to say about the money blueprint. I'll say 3 things, but I want number 1 to say the easiest way to get the money out, to program your money blueprint. Number 1 is what we call the funnel tracking.
The funnel tracking.
Yes. Hii ndio njia ile rahisi sana ya kupata pesa. Na nitakuonyesha mfano mzuri sana. Abraham was a good man.
True.
And this Abraham in the Bible, alitoka kwa vizuri sana. He saw his father as an idol worshipper. And he was a priest in their land. And he knew his father is getting money through the idol worship. So when God called him to go to the promised land, the first thing when he arrived there is to look for a priest. And that's how he met Melchizedek. Because he knew the wealth is made through the priest. It's called the funnel tracking. You are able to work with someone. Tuseme for example, unasikia nataka kwenda Nairobi. Hujaienda Nairobi.
Kweli.
Na unataka kujua hii Nairobi ni gani? Uone nimeenda pale, nimeingia matatu, sitaki kusema ni sako gani. Na wewe uingie ukae nyuma. Mimi sikuoni. Niende tupite na St. Mary, tupite Heaven Gates, tupite na Agirigiri, Naivasha, Kinongi, Flyover, nisisahau Kagemi, Westlands, tumefika Nairobi Tirum. Tukifika hapo, uone si ndio Nairobi, uingie gari ya kurudi. Now, you say, I want to take myself to Nairobi. You start the journey the same way.
Right.
You go up to Nairobi. Already you learned the process, but you learned it through someone else.
Yes.
So the easiest to change your money blueprint, it is through the funnel tracking. That you can follow someone a process, how he made his money, and it can change.
I think the most dangerous thing with that formula is sometimes when you follow someone who is a failure in financial management.
But you are looking for the successive person.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you are looking for someone who is very successive, and you want to be successive like them. So it is the easiest way,
right,
although it's very costly. Number 2, on changing your money blueprint, so that now you can get more wealth, it is when you associate yourself with the successive people. Let's still get it in the Bible. The Bible tells me in the book of Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 3 and 4, are you wiser than Daniel, who gains a lot of wealth by understanding and the knowledge, by interpreting the dreams? Daniel, when they went to the Babylon, he associated himself with the kings. And now he served the first king, that is Nebuchadnezzar. He started the first wealth there. The second one, the son of Nebuchadnezzar, Belshazzar. Then the third one, Darius. And then the Cyrus of the Persia. And the Cyrus for the Darius and the Cyrus. So by associating himself, a man who is coming from Babylon with nothing, but associated himself with the kings, he was able to make wealth.
Right.
So it is another way of networking. and as bringing yourself to the association with the successive people. And now they are able to make you also become successive.
Beautiful.
Because wakisema kuna deal fulani, hata wewe utajulia kufanya hiyo deal hapo. Wakisema kuna tenda, hata wewe utajulia kutenda hapo tu. But now if your association is not for the successive people, then be sure the level of your success imefika hapo. So, but now if you show me your friends who are very successive, I'm very certain even you are going to be very successful.
That's a very big secret, Mchungaji,
yes.
Whereby we need to understand, identify,
yes.
and know the kind of people we need to associate ourselves with.
Very true.
And of course, if you can get a group of people who are successful Christians, business people, I believe also they are the best people, because they are going to teach you
yes.
on the deep secret things of succeeding in business as a Christian. Or what you began by saying, the divine yes. Intervention, or rather in the market. Yeah.
Actually, the Bible says in the book of Ephesians that the body is formed and there is the flow of the grace to every element of every part of the body.
Yeah.
Now our coming together as a assembly, as a Christian, was one of the purposes was to allow such a kind of a grace to flow. The grace of the wealth and the riches. Look at the world there outside. They have what they call the clubs, where they go even they pray the golf.
Yes.
The purpose is not to pray the golf, but is a meeting point where they can teach each other.
Oh.
And they can learn from each other. But now, this is now where, as a Christians, we need to open up our lives to our brothers and our sisters. And those now who want to learn, you need to come with the kind of the understanding or attitude of, I want to learn. Yes.
I know we are having 2 minutes to go for a break, but you have mentioned something that I have just quickly caught regarding to the graces.
Yes.
And something has been crossing over my mind, Mchungaji, regarding to when we are managing our businesses. How can we identify whether you are doing the right thing? What I'm trying to say is there a time when I'm doing business, but I don't have the grace to do that business?
Yes.
It can happen.
It can happen. Yes. It's very, very possible. You are wrongly positioned.
It's very,
very possible.
Yes.
That you can be wrongly positioned in what you are supposed to be doing. And that's one of the purposes of the grace. It was to come and to align us in the right place. I'll give you a very good case study with myself.
Yes.
Myself, I did pharmaceuticals, and I did the marketing, and I was there in the marketing of the pharmaceutical for the longest period, around 15 years.
Wow.
But there was no fulfillment in it. Because from the beginning, when I was 10 years, I knew I was called in the ministry. So I was having the money there, but it could not benefit me. So I was wrongly positioned until I came and I found my praise. It is in the grace of the ministry, speaking to the people, and there is a lot of the fulfillment and a lot of the reward.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Then when you are coming back after break, before even we go further to what you have for us today, maybe for the sake of those who are listening to, watching us, how can one identify there is no grace in his business management or operation? You talk to us after a break. Yes, just remind you that today, this is the Financial Monday, whereby we talk about finances and business. And today we are having Pastor Sam Kamau, who came to talk to us about business management. If you have a question to us, you can talk to us on our SMS number 23814. You can also text us on our WhatsApp SMS number, that is 0721 105 and 105. And we are asking you one question. How can one manage his business well? How can one manage his business well? You can respond to this question from your own experience. Once again, 23814 is our SMS number. WhatsApp number 0721 105 105. My name is Paul Kagi. We are taking a very short break. When we are coming back, we have much more for you. Don't go too far.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Are you ready? The countdown starts now. Rema Feast 2024 is coming. From August 27th to the 30th. Join us at Kasarani Stadium for a celebration of worship, word, and moments of prayer. With this year's theme, United with Christ Jesus. Experience life-changing messages from Apostle Joshua Selman, Bishop J.B. Masende, Reverend Julian Chula, Pastor Poju Oyemade, Apostle Grace Lubega, Bishop Mark Kariuki, Apostle Dr. John E. Sagoe, Pastor T. Mwangi, among others, and worship with incredible musicians like Karura Voices, City Lighters Worship, Kestin Mogo, Purity Atieno, electrifying Seben from the Praise Band,
who never threw me away.
our worship,
So let it be done as it is in heaven. So let it be done.
We bring your will down on earth.
and more. Register now at remafeast.org. Let's unite in Christ Jesus. Please follow us on all social media pages: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, and Threads at Rema Feast Kenya. Rema Feast Week is here. Are you coming? From Tuesday the 27th to the 30th of August 2024. Don't be left out.
September 2024 from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Kasarani Stadium Indoor Arena. This is an interdenominational conference, free and open to all.
Kama unafanya majukumu yako vizuri, hautahitaji kujitangaza.
Ladies, this is your divine time, season, and hour of visitation. Redeemed Gospel Church, House of Miracles, Narok invites you to Women of Power Conference, hosted by Reverend Davis Kisotu and Pastor Mary Kisotu.
He is a present help in the time of
Guest ministers Reverend Olin Katua from Kenya and all the way from Tanzania. We are excited to announce we have the guest minister Pastor Rose Shaboka.
kumbe upendo na uaminifu ni ulinzi wa ndoa na familia.
The dates August 28th until 1st of September 2024. Theme: restoration derived from Isaiah chapter 42 verses 22. Revival is here, and this meeting is free and open to all. Remember to mark your calendar August 28th till September 1st at House of Miracles, Narok, for the great women conference of all time.
We are operating at the frequency of heavens.
See you there.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Welcome back to our Financial Monday. As I said before, we are talking about business management, and we're giving you a chance to ask us questions. We have Pastor Sam Kamau, who is helping us to go deeper on this topic and to give us more insights on how to manage our businesses. So 23814 is our SMS number. Also 0721-105-105 is our WhatsApp SMS number. Mchungaji, kabla tuende kwa break, there was something that I was trying to ask you regarding to the graces that we need. But one more thing is that there's this person who is doing a business, but the business, he has everything, but he doesn't even understand where is the problem. It means this person could be not having that grace for business or managing business. How can someone identify and know he or she is not working within the grace of business or the mountain of business?
Okay, thank you. So let's look at it in this way.
Yeah.
That when Christ came, he came to give us the grace. And the grace should bring us to the spirit of excellence.
Yes.
So that we can now be able to excel better than before. And now you are there and you have prayed God and you have been there seeking the face of God, and the grace is not flowing in your life.
Yeah.
Especially to excel in business or even excelling in life. But you are wondering, what is this happening in my life? I will give 3 or 4 things, especially which I normally use when I'm teaching.
All right.
So that everyone can understand when the grace is operating in your life. Number 1, it is in the book of Psalms. I like to use the scriptures for my reference, so that I don't speak only my mind and only the professional side of it. When I've been invited in corporate, I speak it from a professional point of it. But now, because we are in a setup of Christianity, it's good to use our reference point, which is the scripture.
Correct.
So now, the first one is let's go to Psalms chapter 1. First one talks about blessed the man, but there is an interruption in between the blessings of a man and the flow of the grace. Because first one, it talks about between, let's go to verse 2 and then we come back to verse 1. Verse 2 says, that person is like a tree planted along the river. He bears the fruits all the season. Number 2, he doesn't wither. So there are sometimes there is going to have some scorch of the sun. Lakini ye hatakauka, hatakuwa nang'ang'ana. In other ones.
I like that.
Number 3, whatever he does will prosper.
True.
So that is the thing. Hiyo ndio ile mambo mazuri Mungu ametuwekea. Na hiyo ndio Yesu alikuja kutuletea.
Wow.
But now there is a river which is flowing from in that blessed man, but there is an interruption here in between. And this one of the interruption is there is a mockery seat. Who does not sit in the seat of mockery. Number 2, does not walk in the counsel of wicked. So in other words, you went to the business. Number 1, the environment that you are seated is of a mockery. It is blaspheming the name of God.
Oh, yeah.
It's not you. It is blaspheming the name of God. So, and whenever there is a blasphemy, this one is in the book of Daniel, when this small horn was blaspheming the name of God and speaking anything arrogance and with pride against God. So whenever you are in such a kind of environment, it makes the people not to prosper. Number 2, it is when you have the long counsel. It is when you are, the counsel is not only the advice, but the knowledge that you have been trained on.
Okay.
Is what misses in the Christianity. Because we are being said, go to the wolves, but have the wisdom of the serpent. So if you miss that kind of a training, and now we give you, God blesses you with money, but you don't have the wisdom of managing, you not become a faithful steward. So now you find yourself, you are failing.
Oh.
Why? Because the counsel that you received is long. Jeremiah 3:15 talks about, I shall give you the shepherd who has the understanding and the knowledge. So the shepherding is of the knowledge and the understanding, giving the people the counsel to go in that environment of business and well equipped, all lauded. And number 3 is the people who walks in the those stands in the council of the sinners. It is when now these sinners, it is your association. So whenever there is this interruption, the fruit of the grace that is supposed to help you to prosper, it's no longer there. So in other words, you are disconnected to the fruit of the grace.
Oh.
So it now brings you to the failure of your business. So you find you are not prospering, you are withering, umekaukiwa, wale wengine wakikaukiwa, na you are not, it is, your business is too stagnation. Hata doto zako unaota na nini? Na tortoise, na snails. Ndizo unaota nazo mimi.
Na unatia bidii sana in that business. Haulali.
Ni kama ile ya Psalms, it is 126, that you raise up very early in the morning and you sleep very late, but you eat the bread of a sorrow. Hata ile mkate unakula
Ni tabu.
Ni tabu, ni shida. Unashindwa ni nini bana hii biashara yangu.
So, well said mchungaji.
Yes.
Sasa kuna huyu mwanabiashara ambaye ameshafika mahali hapo na amepata ufunuo ya kwamba I think I'm in the wrong place.
Yes.
I am working and operating in the wrong grace of business.
Yes.
What should he or she do at this moment?
At this moment, number 1, now we go back now to the Ezekiel chapter 17, where it talks about, I give the Israelites an analogy or a parable, and tell them there was a very great eagle that had the very big wings, and it went and it picked the prack of the reef of the palgum for the olive, and it carried and went and planted it in the land, the city of the traders and the merchants. So it is now coming back to the prophetic dimensions that is supposed to bring the wealth to the Christianity.
Right.
Why do I support that one? Because 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 20 says, believe in God you shall be established, believe in the prophet you shall prosper. So the prophetic is supposed to bring the prosperity to the Christianity. It's only now it was fought, we received the first one first. So now the first one never brought the prosperity, it manipulated the people, and this is another thing that made the people to suffer financially with the wealth and prosperity. It is now the time of the restoration of the prophetic that can be able to restore the wealth and the grace of the prosperity to the church. And now when you come to that kind of the understanding, it does not only come to prophesy, it comes to teach you on how to manage the wealth.
Wow. Hey, this knowledge is required, mchungaji.
Yes, it comes to teach. The prophetic is to teach. The 5 gifts, their purpose is 1 in Ephesians chapter 4 verse 11. It is to equip the body, to train it until it can mature, to go and work for the body. So this gift is not to just only to go to the corner and prophesy. It's okay, that one. But the main purpose is to train the people on the management of the body, management of the work of the body of Christ. And one of it is in the business world, the mountain of the business, where now we want to come in and talk. When you go to the business, what kind of a knowledge do you need as a business person? Number one, you must be a skillful leadership. So when you are there, you must appear as a very good leader, showing the leadership. You are not going there with a sympathy. Even Paul was saying that if you servants, when you go to work to your masters, be submissive as if you are serving God. So Paul is also telling us. So the other one, Paul is telling us, you are steering. Stop steering. Now go and work so that you can have something to support the work of God and to give others. So it is about when you go to work, number one, you must have the leadership skills that they are required. Number two, you must be having...
Before you move there, leadership skills, very interesting. And there could be someone who is operating, let me call it a small micro business, a very small one, and feels that now because my business is not, it's informal business, the only people who are supposed to have the leadership skills are those in the formal enterprises. What do you say about that?
No. We said as we started, a king is always a king. It doesn't matter the number. And it is always within your mindset what you consider your business to be. If you look at it as a mega business, although it's very small, then you manage it as a major business. If you want to manage it as a very micro, it is also. I was listening to someone yesterday on YouTube, and they were talking about the hustler business. And the way they were defining, they changed my mindset. Because to us, the hustler ni mtu anang'ang'ana.
Kweli.
Lakini this person was talking about the hustler mindset, management. And they were talking about the commitment of the hustlers in their business, how they are supposed to be organized, and how they are supposed to excel in their... So to them, it is not he kungangana.
Because most of us believe ni kungangana, ni kabiashara ka dhaifu.
No. You know? It's only that you don't want to work the right things in the right way. Do the right things in the right way. Because God has trusted you with that ritual.
True. Work
better for it so that you can be trusted with a city.
Right.
If you are not faithful with this one talent, you cannot be trusted with the two or even with the five.
Now you've talked about one of the things that we require in our business management, leadership skills. Maybe before you go to the second one, would you mind to give us like few hints on when you're talking about the leadership skills, some basics?
Okay. Some of the basics that you require for the leader is a good communicator. It is when you are a leader, is not that you are just set in a certain or in the protocol at the top. No. You must have the communication skills. Let me bring it this way because there are three of them. Number two is the problem solving, and the other one is the strategic decision making. But for us to understand it, let me give it by giving one example of the management style. Right. There are about 5, but I'll give one or two today. One of it is what we call management by walking around. That's, in other words, is mbwa. The word mbwa is management by walking around. You have the business, you have the key areas that they are supposed to be managed, but now you are managing by walking around. So in other words, you are coming to your employees, your staffs, let's say the staffs. You are coming to your staffs to interact with them. Not only to interact, to get the feedback from them and to know what is to be implemented. Not only that, you are walking around and you are meeting with your customers. Perhaps even you are not part of the sales team. You are not part of the marketing team. But you are walking around to meet with them, to interact with them. You are walking in the reception to interact with the people, your staffs there, and the people who are coming there. And then you are managing by walking around. So in other words, you are one of the servanthood leadership you are applying.
And of course, that formula will help you as a leader to also to understand how your business is moving on, is operating. Hands-on knowledge.
The hands-on work. The hands-on the work.
Okay.
So in this way, it is when now you are walking around, you find a paper, karatasi imeanguka chini. As a CEO or a manager, you are the one who is speaking. Unapeleka kwa dustbin. So in that way, you are bringing the servanthoodship, kind of the leadership. So you are communicating to your people in a very easy way, although you are the manager. And the other one is when we have said you are problem solving. So when you are walking around and you are showing your leadership styles, you are able to solve the problems. You might be finding two staffs hawaongeleshani. In that, because now you are able to walk around, you can be able to solve this kind of the issue. You can just imagine mtu ni is a marketer, haongeleshani na finance. Hiyo kazi itafanyika.
Itakuwa ngumu sana.
Huyu hataki kupatia huyu pesa aende kwa field, na huyu hataki kumuitisha. So when you are walking around, you are able to solve such a kind of a problems. Sometimes you are able to find the client ako hapo anapiga makelele kwa sababu mzigo yake haijatoka. You are there and you are walking around, so you find your clients, they are there while they are being delayed. So now when you come, you are able to listen to them and tell them, just wait for a minute, I help you to solve the problem.
Wow.
So it is a leadership style. The other one, when you are walking around, most of the time when you are in your office, or where most of people nowadays sit, they say, where I sit, you are not able to understand what is on the ground. So now when you are walking around, you are able to go and listen to the ground. Na kujua ground inasema namna gani. So now when you come to make a strategic decision, it is well informed.
Umeipata kutoka?
Kwa ground. Huitengenezei ukiwa huku juu. You are the ones who is getting on the ground. You are getting from the clients, from the staffs, even to the soldier at the gate. You are interacting with them. You are getting the information that is required. So you are able to make the right decision. And this is where Joseph in the Bible was more wiser than Pharaoh. Because he was able to interact with the people in the prison and get the information in the palace.
Wow.
And he was able to make a strategic move. So it is one of the style that most of the people, they assume. I normally go to one of the shop here in town. A friend is of my friend, anaitwa Wakamau Wholesalers. This lady, you find her, by the time I come to realize, alikuwa tu ni yeye anapanga huko vitu. So mimi nafikiria ni mmoja wa the staffs. So we are interacting with the interacting, ananiuliza nataka nini. By the time I came the other time, finding her in the office, and then
ashindwa ni yeye tu ama
ni yeye tu ama. So mimi nilifikiria ni mfanyikazi. So but the information, the first time I never gave her the information I wanted until I came the second time. It is managing by walking around.
Wow.
It is gives the people a lot of the leadership, and you are able to manage your business more effective. Yes, I know you have a question on there.
No, I think I'm satisfied.
Yes.
Maybe we can move to the next one.
The next one. So I want to say, before we say the other part of the other style, all of the leadership style, I want to say the 7 areas that every business person, either iko juu ama iko chini, these 7 things lazima zikuwe kwa biashara yote. You can't miss them.
All of them?
Hata ikiwa ni ya kiosk. All these 7 parts is what you manage. You know, most of the time people wanafunguanga milango, wanasema ni stock tu. There is so many activities that take place in that business. That's why sometimes, especially the wealth generation transfer, the sons, when they receive it, they have a lot of hard time because they never understood the activities their parents were doing.
Yes.
Now, because they have never known these 7 things, areas of the management.
So they end up mismanaging.
That's a word which is being used. But when you ask them, what did you mismanage? How are you?
Oh.
But there are these 7 areas.
Yes.
Number 1 is what we call the financial management. And this is where most of the people, they focus on it.
The financial management.
Financial management. Every business has 3 keys of the financial management. Number 1, how do you manage your financial planning? Biashara yote iko na pesa za kuingia na kutoka. Na katika hizi pesa za kuingia na kutoka, kuna pesa zinabaki hapa za operation. So there are 3 areas that you need to understand when you are planning for the money. Za kuingia, za operation na za kutoka.
Nice.
So za kutoka ndizo shida mingi sana. Kwa maana kutoka kuna njia mingi za kutoa pesa. Kuna ya kwanza kuna deni.
Yes.
Unapatiana na deni inatoka. Ya pili pastor anapitia hapo unamnunulia chai. Ya tatu familia inapitia hapo.
Yes.
Ya tatu unaenda kununua stock. Na ine kuna ya tano kuna expenses.
Yeah.
How do you manage? You see why we are talking about it? Because you have to know, how do I manage the income and expenses of the business, so that the operation of the business haita stagnate.
Yeah, because you find someone biashara yake inafanya vizuri, akona a lot of customers or clients, but unakuta after some time bado he is struggling with that business. Kama unashangaa, what happened?
It is the key number 2, financial control.
Oh.
People, they don't know how to control their finances. Pesa zikikuja kwa wingi, give a man the power, you know his character. Give a man the money, you know his personality.
Yeah.
So mpatie pesa. Utajua Pastor Sam ni nani.
Ukimpatia pesa, akuwe na pesa.
Akuwe na mapesa mingi, ndio utamjua.
And I think that is where most of us are now.
Yes.
Controlling our finances.
That's why even the people who are employed, the boss anajuaga how to control, anawapatia kidogo. Gradually anaendelea akiwaongezea kidogo kidogo. Because controlling the money is the major issue.
And I think, although that's not the direction we want to go, the government has also been complaining about unnecessary expenditures, which is ailing the government, and they have always been struggling to control the finances.
Very true.
Disallowing people to go for unnecessary seminars and such kind of things. So it's a very huge problem, even in many institutions, organizations, churches, institutions, even families, on how to control their finances.
Very, very true. It's very easy to plan for the income and income of the finances, and to strategize very well. But zikifika kwa mikono, to control them, look at what we are saying about the government. It is beyond their control. Look, some families, the family, they are suffering simply because of out of the control of the finances. Because of the key number 3 is financial decision making. You are not able to say no. And that's why most of the people you find have a paid financing, the accountants and the economists, and they don't like the finance. They don't like them because they have the guts or the muscle to say no. Unakasirika.
Amenikataza kunipea pesa, nataka kwenda somewhere.
And you are justifying the reason. Even in the business, you are not able to say, even if the justification is good, it is not for this time.
Then you get furious.
Exactly. Some husbands, they are not able to tell their wives like that because they are fearing they are going to offend them. But what is the most important thing? As we said, when you come to this business management, you are a reader. So what should you be able to do? You should be having the ability to tell your wife, no, the clothes is not for now. Your children, you can tell them, no. You are able to, especially that word to say.
Wow.
It is one of the major difficult things. So when we are talking financial management in business, these three keys must be there. I love that one. The financial planning, yes, the financial control, and financial decision making. You must be there, and you must be felt that your decision you are making is right and is for your benefit, and the benefit for the business. Right. The interest of the business is the first. Yes. We go to number 2.
Before you go to number 2, yes, because I need another breather, then we come and do the last lap. Just to remind our audience that today we are talking about the business management with Pastor Sam Kamau. If you have a question for him, you are correctly allowed to do that. Kama uko na swali ambayo inakusumbua kuhusu manage the business, especially in Christian perspective, you can ask right now, kwa sababu nambari yetu ya kuuliza swali ni simple. Tuko na SMS ya kawaida 23814 23814, and then we have our WhatsApp SMS number 0721 105 105 0721 105 105. But also we are asking you today that how can one manage his business well? That is our question today. How can you manage your business well? You can give your responses in line with your experiences, whether you are managing business or you have ever managed business or you are employed in a business. Si lazima ikuwe unafanya biashara. Labda umeajiriwa mahali kufanya biashara ama kwa kampuni, na kuna vitu umeangalia ukaona unapofanya biashara, hata kama si yako, kuna vitu ambazo umeona lazima mtu akue very keen. Sawa. So we are taking a very short break. When you are coming back, we are coming back with much more. Don't go too far.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Discover the limitless opportunities in the world of applied and social sciences at Goshen Medical and Technical College. Are you passionate about making a real impact in the fields of science and social welfare? Look no further. Our School of Applied and Social Sciences has a diverse array of programs to match your ambitions. The precision of laboratory science technology or the compassion of community health development and social work. We've got a program that aligns with your dreams. Our programs are accredited by NEC and CDAAC, ensuring that your education is of the highest quality. A minimum grade of C- or higher is required for diploma courses, D plain or higher for certificate courses, and D and below for artisan courses. We also offer bridging classes for English, Kiswahili, Biology, Mathematics, Chemistry, and Physics, allowing you to choose the path that fits your career aspirations. Visit our campus today or call us at 0750-264-044 or 0723-047-468. For more information, check out our website at www.goshencollege.ac.ke.
Radiance Academy is a premier educational institute located in Nakuru County, along Nakuru-Nairobi Highway. We are a school that puts children's needs first, be it educational, spiritual, or emotional. Radiance Academy has the best junior secondary school in Nakuru County. We have modern classrooms, well-equipped science labs, a computer lab with computers connected to the internet, home science and visual arts workshops, as well as a modern library where our learners are able to access a variety of learning materials. For co-curricular and extracurricular activities, We have a modern sports room where learners engage in different indoor games as well as well-made field that facilitates outdoor activities. We also have an auditorium for performing arts and many more. Our aim is to empower these learners to reach their full potential through a blend of excellence and personal development. Intake for junior school is currently ongoing for grade 7 and grade 8 and a few slots for other classes as from playgroup to grade 6. For more information, call us on 0707 07 1007 or 0704 63 62 75. Radiance Academy, instilling education and godliness.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Yes, welcome back to Financial Monday, where we talk matters finances. And today we are having Pastor Sam Kamau talking about business management. And you can continue asking us maybe questions regarding to that. Mchungaji, there is one thing that, one question here regarding to someone ambaye is a Christian, a devoted Christian, and this person is also a business person. Anafanya biashara, yeye ni Mkristo, na anapenda sana kusupport kazi ya Mungu. Lakini amepata kwamba in the church there's need to support the work of the ministry, na hapa anahitaji kutoa a pledge ndio support kazi ya ministry depending with the ministry mahitaji yake. This man is stuck because one side anataka kupledge, on the other hand pledge yake akona biashara, kwa hivyo yeye income yake ni kwa biashara, lakini anaogopa pledge hii isi affect biashara yake, na bado anataka kupledge. How can we help such kind of a person? It's a very interesting question.
Very, very interesting, because anataka kufanya vizuri,
yes,
lakini anafungwa. And kwa hapo katikati.
Kwa hapo katikati. Yeah.
Sasa kuna vitu tunafaa tuelewe kwanza. And that's why we are talking about the business management, so that we can understand when or we bring it this way. Wewe kama mwenye biashara uko kwa payroll. That's the first question. The second question is, kuna watu ambao hawana mipangilio ya biashara, wanaenda wanachukua any money which comes there. How do you get your profit?
Yes.
And when you extract it from the business, because the main purpose of doing the business is to get the profit, and that profit to help you. Hiyo faida ikusaidie kwa maisha yako. But now, how do you extract it from the business that now it is no longer flowing? Kwa maana kuna watu unaweza pata wanafanya biashara, leo wamenunua stock ya 100,000 ama 10,000, because biashara imeleta faida waende ya 15,000, 20,000, but they are not able to extract their profit in the business. So how do you extract your profit from the business? So if you extract it at the end of the week, then you can be able to say, I made a pledge, now I can take it. So, because now after a week ndio nimepata faida yangu, na hii faida ndio nitapeleka, but not the operational money or the working capital.
Wasi ati niko na biashara, watu wanakuja wakinunua ikiweka kwa box, alafu anachota pledge, ni kama nataka pledge ya 10k, niseme niambie cashier nipe 10k hapo.
Hapana. You must have that's why we are talking about the business management. I hope we will get the time to finish the 7 keys of the areas of the business management, so that ujue hasa unafaa utoe pesa rini kwa biashara.
Kidogo umeongea kuhusu profit. Wakati ambapo ninafanya biashara yangu, I should now know when to take the profit. It can be daily, it can be after a week, it can be fortnight, or after a month. Now, the profit ambayo inakuja kwa biashara, Do I make it to be now my money?
Yes.
For example, I'm making per week like 3,000.
Yes.
This should be my money now.
Yes.
Or my salary.
Yeah, there is 2 ways that you can do with it.
Yes.
Number 1, you can bank it, because we assume it is a sole proprietor business. Na kwa hii sole proprietor business, uko wewe ndiye tu mwajiri. You are everything in the business. You are the one who is the owner, you are the CEO, you are the messenger, customer care, the message, everything.
Yes.
So you, in that regard, you can agree by yourself that my profit nitakuwa na bank. Then after it has accumulated after a week, I can be able to do my project. Or after a month, I can do a certain project. The same case applies when you have some staffs. So for you not to strain wakati wa kuwalipa, you have to keep these kinds of the profit to a certain place so that you can be able to deal with with your expenses. Remember here there is 2 parts of the profit. There is what we call the gross profit. This is after the sales minus the purchase or the supply. When you reduce them, what you get is the gross profit. That is the sales minus the purchase. You get the gross profit. Then that gross profit, you subtract your expenses. That is the bills for the electricity, the internet, the staffs, the rent. When you subtract now from gross profit, you subtract now the expenses of the business expenses, not the personal, business expenses, you get the net profit. So now the net profit ndio yako sasa. As a business owner, that's the reason you went to the business.
Okay.
Now the net profit unaweza iweka uitumie baada. Unaweza accumulate, you do something else. So it now depends. Now when it comes that you are pledged in the church, it is after you get the net profit. So when you get the net profits, now you can either decide, I want to bless Pastor Sam Kamau, I want to bless Paul Kagi, I want to bless my church, I want to do this for my family, all those kinds of things.
At that moment now your business is very safe.
Yes, very
much controlled.
It is in control. Yes.
All right.
So it's an area that we need to look at it and to understand those mathematics.
Sawa.
Yes.
Let's go ahead.
So we were looking at this, the financial management, and I wanted to go to number 2, the marketing management part of it. Yeah, we'll just look at this one and then we'll answer one question I was asked last time.
Yes.
Yes. Every business, for it to attract the people, not the people, the customers, or the clients, you must develop the marketing strategy. In the marketplace, we always say you are either a product or you are either a blood or a commodity.
In the marketplace?
Yes, in the marketplace.
Either a brand,
yes,
or a commodity.
Or the commodity. So in that way, you have to I have a friend of mine here in town, anaitwa Davin, the Supreme Pharmacy. He always emphasized to me, and he tells me, Pastor, because I'm not very good in technology, that's why I like to make the so big billboards. So that hata mtu akipita anaona duka yake ya pharmacy, simply because he want to attract the people the clients to himself, and to make sure that the people know his presence in that community. So in other words, we are saying, how do you make your presence to be felt and the awareness in the marketplace?
Yes.
That hakuna mtu atakupita, lazima atakuangalia. Either it is physical or either in the social media. Yes.
But marketing is very, very key in any business.
Very, very key. Hata uwe unafanya agribusiness iko huko mashinani, how do the people in a lobby know umeweka watermelon 10 acres? Tutajua namna gani? Unajua kuna watu wameweka sukuma, wamepanda, wako Migoris, but they want to sell in Nakuru. How do the people in the suppliers in Nakuru can be able to know you have the sukuma wikis? Someone in Kinangop akona viazi na cabbage, tutajuaje? So when we talk about the marketing management, don't just see the people in the city, even the people who are doing the agribusiness, wakona kuku. How do you market your eggs? So it is a very, very important. Other people work on the third floor, wengine fourth floor, but they are able to sell a lot. Why? They emphasize on the marketing strategy. And let me differentiate. There is the difference between marketing and the sales. So these are two components or two keys in the business management that we need to look at it. There is the sales, the management, and there is the marketing management. Marketing management, it is where you are able to make your awareness in the market.
The awareness.
Yes, we are making your. Jesus was using one. One time Jesus wanted to preach. And now he has started preaching. That should be Luke chapter either 7 or 8. He has just started preaching. And now he was wondering which strategy can I use. Jesus looked for 72 marketers. He said them 2 by 2. Go and preach about me, not 12. He has not even chosen the 12. He sent 72 to go and mobilize in every city. So you can just imagine when he arrived at Capernaum, he was being waited. There is a man who is called Jesus from Nazareth. He is healing the people. You know, even in the ministry, this is where people ministry they fail. They don't like to use the marketing strategy because it is expensive. But Jesus used it. Jesus knew very well, for you to go to Samaria is very hard. Which strategy can I use? I need a marketer here who can go making noise on my behalf, whom I am. He went and he met one lady who were well known by men because she was a prostitute. So everybody knew this woman is a prostitute. They have had some discussion. Then she released the woman. And the woman went to the Samaria saying, come and see a man. The whole of Samaria, the Bible says, came to Jesus. Why? He used the marketing strategy. And he preached to Samaria for 3 days. The praise that they did not allow the Jews to come in.
Wow.
Because of the marketing
strategy.
This is an area that most of the people they ignore. And they don't like to invest in it. And one of the things that you have to understand it is to do what we call company analysis. How do you package your company? How do you package yourself? How do you package your product? So that now, when you hear Pastor Sam Kamau, you always see Pastor Sam Kamau KBN, a motivational speaker, a corporate trainer. Those are the things that you know Pastor Sam Kamau. So hata ukiwa na ameandika kitabu inaitwa The Spirit of Excellence. He talks about the mindset. It is the packaging that I've done within myself. So even before you see me, there is a lot of information surrounding me that you know me. It is analysis. I've already analysis. Part 2 is how do you analyze, deliver that packaging to the delivery of it. Which methods, which approach are you going to use? And number 3, you must understand your competitors. And you analyze them. Before you cast them, because we are very good in casting our competitors, analyze them. And a good person said, you bring your friend close, but you bring your enemy more closer. So that you can understand their strategies. Not anything else. You need to understand the strategies which they use. And so you are analyzing the strategy. Number 4, analyze your customer. What do they need? Which product can I take to them? Joseph knew the king at a particular moment need an interpreter. So he arrived himself as an interpreter. He has packaged himself as an interpreter, and he was saying, my father taught me how to interpret the dreams because he was very good in dreams. So when he arrived to the king Pharaoh, he is there and he knows, and this is the language the king wants. You know, his client was The Pharaoh. So, and I have to start by saying, king, he is talking the governmental language and the diplomatic. The king, I have seen that you need 5 wise men that can give the analysis of this dream and the implementation of it until the king says, who else can do this? So he is analyzing his customer, and he knows this customer will give me what I want. And he was given the position and the authority. Why he was able to analyze his customer. So that's what we are saying, that how do you understand your competitor? So when he was bringing the issue of the wise men, the sorcerer, he knew they cannot interpret the dream of the king. But he himself, he has the ability. Yeah. So he has already analyzed them very well. Their remit is up to this level.
Wow. I know we are pressed of time. Yes. We are around 2 minutes. But there's one thing that I would prefer that you clarify. You mentioned earlier on the difference between, you talked about the commodity and a brand.
Yes.
Maybe briefly.
Yes.
And more so I would like to hear about brand.
The brand. There is what we, there are 2 levels of the blood. There is the personal branding. This is one of the topics that I teach a lot. Personal branding. How do you add value to yourself? And how do you make it to be attractive? In other words, you make it a superior in the marketplace. How do you make yourself more superior? This one requires the packaging. Okay. And with this, the packaging is coating itself on top so that it can be attracted and the customer can feel this is the need or the product that we needed that can buy us. The commodity, no, I have not finished with the brand. The second one is the corporate. It's a corporate, the corporate branding, that a certain company needs to brand itself. And in this way is where we were to look at the 7th key about customer care management, where that as a corporate, number one, it has its own color, it has its own theme, it has its own, what can we bring it? There is the theme, there is the color, there is the emphasis. What do they emphasize on? Because, for example, you might be having like a 10 products, but you're emphasizing on one product. So that the people know you by that one product. So you have branded yourself with one product, but you have 10 products. So there is the corporate branding that we do. It's only that we don't have the time. Yes. I could emphasize more about it. But now when we come to the commodity is divided into 2 also. We have the product, which is the tangible product, and we have the service. So these are 2 commodities that you can sell in the market. So you have the product, which is a physical product that you sell, and others. And nowadays we have even the digital products. Wow. That you can sell the products, but you don't own. You don't have even the store.
This is a very wide topic. Maybe if it allows, we can look for time and talk about that. But just to bring close to the program, today's program, because time is much far gone. And I want to thank you for coming over and talking about business management. I know we have not finished, but if God allows and time accepts, then we can do it again. We will let our audience know when. Thank you. God bless you. Amen. Yes, Pastor Sam Kamau, talking to Financial Monday on the business management. We thank you so much for finding time to watch this program and MBCI TV. My name is Paul Kag on behalf of this crew. Have a blessed week ahead.